Welcome to your ultimate guide to Ashika Island in DMZ. We'll be covering all the secret Easter egg rooms, the best secret loot spots, secret areas, the best strongholds, the best locked key locations, quickest way to take down the Bombmaker and get the weapon case. You're guaranteed to learn something new, so sit back, relax, and let's do this. Jumping straight in, there'll be a maximum of 18 players on the map split between 6 teams, and there are only 2 Exfil points that randomize every game. Ashika Island is a very small map. It's only 1.5 times the size of one POI in Al Mazrah, so you'll cover the map pretty quickly. And it's comprised of 2 layers. The ground level of the map you spawn in and the underground level, which is called the Waterways. Unlike Building 21, this map also contains contracts just like Al Mazrah, and the AI patrolling the map are Shadow Company, which is stronger than initial tier 1 Al Mazrah AI. But not only will you come across Shadow Company soldiers, you can also come across Shadow Company juggernauts, with 2 on the map per game. Now let's briefly cover every POI on Ashika Island. Starting off here in the top left of the map, we are at the POI town center, which is a pretty scarce area, but you will find a buy station as well as a gas station. As you make your way further down south towards the beach club, you'll see there is a huge building marked City Hall that if you have a key for, it's one of the best areas, and we'll show you the loot inside in a bit. At beach club, you're going to find a stronghold, which is there every single game. And then going further past beach club, further south, you'll find this stronghold tower, which isn't always a stronghold, but if you make your way up, you'll find the Hotel Lost Room 403, which you need a key for, and the Room 402, which obviously fans of Sour Village, you'll recognize that hotel, but that's the spot if you have the key. Going to the central part of the map, there's this stronghold area here called Power Plant, which is one of my favorite stronghold locations. If you go through all of the underground tunnels and unlock the deadbolt, you'll be to the furthest north point of the map, where you'll find another buy station location in an area called Water Treatment. Going to the top left of the map, you have Ogunaku Farms, which comprises of at least 1 stronghold, as well as a few huts and the location of a UAV tower and a SAM site. But in fairness, nothing much is going on in that location. Heading along the edges of the map, the next POI is Residential, which contains a few stronghold spawns and small huts, as well as another buy station location, and further on from that is a gas station. Going along the east edge of the maps, you get to a POI called Shipwreck, which looks deserted, but there is an incredible loot spot that we'll touch on later on that you need a key for. Then heading to the far south of the map, you enter an area called Port Ashika, where you'll find yourself another buy station location, as well as another gas station and more stronghold spawns. And then how can you miss it? Right in the central of Ashika Island is the Castle POI. There are 4 different directions in which you can enter the POI. And within this POI is where you're going to have the toughest AI. Tier 3 Shadow Company AI, as well as a Wheelson that's going to be going around in a anti-clockwise direction trying to take out any players. There's 1 or 2 strongholds in this area, as well as some very useful huts that give you grapples down into the waterways, and I'll show you all of those locations later on. But the main attraction of the Castle POI is to go for the weapon case, and we'll have a dedicated section for that as well later on. Now, before we dive into an advanced overview of the waterways, let me show you all the ways that you can enter it. As on the map, there are 4 of these underground water entrances, with the first being Port Ashika, but there's also these small zip lines around the map in these huts. Okay, so another way to enter the waterways is if you come to this hut here near the castle. You can see it's labeled 3. There is a rappel that just takes you straight down. If you make your way to this hut just north of Port Ashika, you'll find another zip line that will take you down into the waterways. There's another hut southwest of Tasuki Castle, which will have another rappel that will take you down underground into the waterways, labeled on screen as Port Ruins. But learning these is going to be really invaluable for you when it comes to trying to escape real players. But right next to the hut, we have this cave system here. We have a left or a right section. So if we take a right, we've got a zip there. And if we take a left, we've got this quite intricate underground network of tunnels, which leads us right underneath the castle. But instead of going towards the castle and taking a left, we can go further down these tunnels, and we end up facing near towards the beach club and the town center. Now, not a lot of players use this cave system right now, so I definitely would take advantage of it. But if we take this zip down into the caves, it'll bring us back down into the waterways. But let's now go over all the best secret areas in Ashika you need to know for the best loot, the best secrets, and the best areas to use your keys. Starting off with the rarest loot in all of DMZ, worth 75 grand. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need to get a specific key called the HMS Shipwreck key. Now, luckily, this key drops very often from AI, especially HVTs. During your Ashika Island games, if you see the HMS Shipwreck key, pick it up. And once you have it, you're going to be coming over to this shipwrecked boat in the Shipwreck POI. And once you're here, swim underwater and use the key to open this cache, giving you a 12 grand gold skull and a drifting supply bag key. Now, this drifting supply bag key is the ultimate key, and you're guaranteed to find it in this HMS Shipwreck cache every single game. game. So once you have the key, you want to make your way to the furthest point here, way past Ogunaku Farms, and we're going to be going into the middle of the ocean. You want to be specifically where I am here on the mini map. So we'll zoom it all the way in so you get the clearest point. What you want to do is you simply want to dive under the water, and you should see the outline of a duffel bag. You have to go very deep underwater to find it. But once you know where it is, take a big deep breath, go all the way down under, use that key to open this bag, and you'll be able to find 3 masks, each worth 25k. Once you've got them, make your way to the nearest buy station, which is in the coastal ruins and water treatment area. Sell them, and you'll have 75k like that. If you need to regain, you can buy everything you need from a buy station straight away. And as long as you have that HMS key, you can get the drifting supply bag key every game and then go and loot for these masks. Let's now touch on the next best secret loot spot, which is the bunker underground by the waterways. In order to open it, you're going to need to go underwater where the submarine is to this pipe on the right, and you're going to be swimming through the pipe, diffusing the wires to get into this cave. You're then going to do some parkour onto these 2 boxes, and then parkour onto this cliff face, and then onto this box, and you'll be in the bunker where you have a series of rare chests with all the loot you'd need, such as 3-plate vests, self-revives, backpacks, gas masks. And when you're done looting, all you need to do is run towards the bunker doors. They will automatically open, and as long as you're one of the first teams to get here, you'll be guaranteed this amazing loot every single game. Now let's go over the best stronghold spots as well as the best denied area key locations. Now, because Ashika Island is such a small map, the best loot is going to be within the strongholds. Now, keys for strongholds drop fairly often by AI. Since most strongholds are very small areas, I want to show you the best ones that have the best chests. Starting off with this stronghold location in town center. And the reason why it's so good is that the building is split between 2 separate buildings that connect. So the bottom floor is going to have multiple rooms with different chests, and then all you need to do is go upstairs across to the other side, and you can drop down to loot another bottom floor. There's a second floor which also contains a lot of rare loot, and you can make your way up to the rooftop where you'll again find more rare loot, and you'll have the highest vantage point over the top left section of the map. Fairly close to this area is the best denied area spot, which is the city hall, which you will need a key in order to enter. But this is a pretty big building which contains many floors of loot for you to get, as well as some tier 2 shadow company AI. You'll also find a laptop here, which is for an early faction mission. If you have a key to access this place, then the loot is absolutely fantastic. So if you've picked it up in a previous game, put it on for your next run. Make sure you go here because there's a very good chance that no other teams will have a key for this place. Regardless if you have a key for this place or not, you can go to the rooftop by jumping off the hills or climbing, but they won't be able to open any doors unless you have a key. The next best stronghold location is going to be this one here called Power Plant, which is going to be between Ogunaku Farms and the castle. And the reason why this stronghold is so good is that it contains 3 floors of loot. So you're going to be clearing quite a lot of AI, but as you see on the level that you come in on, you have about 2 to 3 chests. You have a ladder which goes up to a top floor where you have more chests, as well as some rare intel loot which you can sell, but is also part of a faction mission. But the best part of the stronghold is the bottom floor, because you have more loot chests there, but then you have a tunnel which goes underground towards the waterways where you have several different doors to take you for more loot. Following this tunnel along and unlocking the deadbolt, you'll be brought to this area here where you'll have more loot, as well as a zip to take you underground to the waterways. And if you don't want to take that, going through the tunnel some more and out this excavation route door, it will lead you all the way to the north central point of the map towards the buy station at water treatment. Another great stronghold location is these sets of apartments at Ogunaku Farms. Now, they're not always going to be here, but when they are, you'll have at least 2 to 3 floors of rooms like this that contain rare loot chests inside. You will, of course, come across some AI, and you do need that stronghold keycard, but there's rooms on nearly every floor on the staircase for you to loot, as well as the rooftop having some loot as well. And it's also another great vantage point to look at over the map for other players. Now, there are a lot more strongholds on the map, but most of the strongholds are very small buildings that will contain literally 1 chest, if that. So what I've shown you is the biggest of the strongholds that will contain the most chests and are most worthy of your time. But by all means, if you see other strongholds that weren't in this guide, then go ahead and open them anyway, but I'm just showing you the best. Now let's talk everything weapon case and the boss, the Bombmaker. A lot of you by now know exactly how this works, but I'm going to be showing you some incredible strats I'm sure some of you weren't aware of to get this done even quicker. Now, a lot of you would assume you can only kill the boss when you're inside the castle, but that's not the case at all. You can kill the boss before you've even stepped foot in the castle. What you need to do is come here on the map behind the castle on these hills. And if you aim at this specific window, this will allow you to shoot through and kill any of the AI that are in there, including the main boss himself. Now, there's there's a fun mission later on where you need to kill him within 60 seconds and without setting off any traps. And this is the easiest way to do it. If you have snapshot grenades, then even better, so you can see exactly where he is. But all you need to do is just spray here, and eventually you'll see that the weapon case will drop, making that final part of storming the castle even easier. Now, not only can you shoot the boss himself through the windows, but you can also shoot all of the other AI. If you jump down onto the second floor of the castle and through these grated windows, you can see the AI running around, and you can shoot and kill them all, and also take down the sentry gun, so that when you do go in the castle, there's practically no AI there to kill you, which is an amazing advantage. Before you can even step foot in the castle, you need to take down the Wheelson, so let me show you the best strat for that. Staying in the exact same spot behind the castle, if we jump from the hill onto it and go towards this left side, so we're on the second layer of the castle, you can glide over to this hut here, and this oversees the entire 360-degree route that the Wheelson takes, so you can see it roaming around the entire thing in real time. And all you need to do is throw down 2 thermite grenades. That's all you need to do. Once they've weakened it enough, the Wheelson will be destroyed, and you can go up to it and hack it, allowing you access into the castle. But if you have a Tsuki Castle hideout key, you don't even need to take down the Wheelson. You can just simply open the doors. Let me show you the best route to take for the castle. So don't open the front main central doors. You want to open the left side here. And when you open it, you want to immediately sprint and dolphin dive past the sentry gun to the left staircase to go up here. And for whatever reason, there's a claymore by the door. And if you avoid that, so it doesn't go off, the AI downstairs will not follow you up the stairs to attack you, which is really weird. Once you've taken out this trap here and a few of the AI flooding through the door, go through the door and immediately take a right, and you will be on the staircase that will lead you up to the very top floor. You have to deal with some riot shield AI as well as the barbed wire on the stairs, stopping you from getting to the very top, as well as a trophy system. But in here, if you didn't take the Bombmaker down previously, you'll see him here, and once he's been killed along with all the other AI, you'll want to go ahead and disable the alarm system by going up to this laptop on this desk here, and then picking up the weapon case. You'll now want to go ahead and extract, and the easiest way to extract by following the route that we just took. And if the exfil is right near it outside, go for it, but if not, make your way to the other side of the bottom floor of the castle, where there will be a door leading to a staircase that will take you to an underground zip that will lead you all the way down to the waterways. And here you can take one of the boats to go to any of the 4 different exits to get yourself towards an exfil. And I always find taking the underground route really fun. Just beware, because if players haven't been here yet, then there can be a lot of AI, including those 2 juggernaut spawns. But now let's quickly touch on the game timings and important times you want to make sure that you're keeping note of. Each game of Ashika Island initially has 20 minutes before the zone starts coming in. 15 minutes left, you'll have supply drops dropping into the map, which is a lot quicker than Al Mazrah. And when there is less than 13 minutes left in the game, the commander helo will spawn at a random time. When the time hits 0, you have between 7.5 minutes and 8.5 minutes before the zone is going to completely engulf the map. And once both exfil points have been engulfed by the gas, there will be a final exfil, which will be waiting somewhere on the edge of the map, and just like Al Mazrah, it will not leave until there is no time remaining. Now that you know all of that stuff, let's go into an intricate walkthrough of the waterways with all of the zip locations. So this is the center of the waterways. This is where probably one of the most highly contested parts of the map are. But here you've got tons and tons of different loot, tons of different areas. The dead drop location in the waterways is right here. You'll also find lots of boats lying around, but then there'll be different pathways that will take you all the way around the map. So back in the waterways, we aren't going to go through that cave. We're going to continue on this left pathway here. This takes you to the left side past the castle and will bring us upwards near here to the top left of the map. You do have these sort of staircases and railings that you can use to traverse over without having to swim, but these are very well lit, so other players will see you, so just bear that in mind. If you follow it left, this will take us outside to the left side of the map here, like I mentioned, between town center and beach club. And you can see on the overall map that this is a tunnel entrance there. If we go over this crosswalk here and then down to this section, this area will lead straight out to the north part of the map. This also breaks up into a left and a right, which is quite interesting. We have a zip here. Taking that will bring you into this small hut, which is right to the northwest of Tsuki Castle. And this is a great spot if you're by the castle and you need to quickly just, you know, dip, get underground, whatever. Fantastic. Although it does land you straight in the water, which is quite funny. Following it along, you've got this little cave system to the right. This is a fantastic way to traverse most of this section without actually being in the open. as again, it's all very well lit. Following it along, you've got another zip to the right, which brings you into another hut, and this is directly facing towards the castle. And then if we keep following it along, again, there is just so much to loot here as well. There's so many loot caches, there's so many weapon stuff. Again, that takes you right out to the furthest northest point. Crossing over to the other side, this is a very interesting side door here. So if we open this, it's labeled excavation route. So you see you've got a few duffel bags here to loot, but if we take this zip, go up, this is going to take us into what I showed you earlier as my favorite stronghold, which is power plant. That is more or less your basic overview of Ashika Island. If you found it useful, hit like, subscribe for more DMZ videos, and here's another one you can click and watch right now.